Welcome back to Car Review. Today, I've got something really special lined up for Youth of 2026. Porsche 911 Turbo S. Porsche has long been synonymous with high-performance precision, and this latest iteration pushes that reputation even further. Over the next few minutes, I'll take you inside and out, explore its engine and handling, and break down the pricing so you know exactly what you're getting. Let's get into it. Pulling up to the car, the first thing you notice is the legendary silhouette, that low-slung roofline, the muscular flared rear arches, and the distinctive rear wing. The Turbo S takes that classic 911 profile and amplifies it. Look closely, and you'll spot a more aggressive front splitter, enlarged air intakes behind the doors, and refined aero channels that hint at its performance capabilities. These elements are not just for show. They serve critical aerodynamic purposes, channeling airflow to increase downforce and optimize cooling, especially when you're pushing the limits on track. At the rear, the fixed spoiler and quad exhaust outlets give it an athletic, purposeful stance. The car rides on staggered wheels, 20-inch at the front and 21-inch at the back, usually wrapped in Porsche's triple compound high-performance tires. Not only there to look good, they help the car deliver insane grip. Whether you're launching from a standstill or tearing through corners, step inside, and you're welcomed by a cabin that blends performance-focused ergonomics with luxury. The steering wheel feels incredible thick, flat-bottomed, and finished in Alcantara with a racing-style center marker at the top, so you always know your wheel orientation during hard cornering. Behind it, the fully configurable digital instrument cluster feels purposeful, yet sophisticated. It offers layouts that can highlight everything from RPMs to lap timing and navigation. The heated and ventilated seats are a marvel. They're supportive, enough to keep you planted during high-G maneuvers, yet highly comfortable on long drives. These seats are available in leather or optionally in Alcantara, and come with multiple power adjustments and memory functions. The rear? Well, it's tight like most 911s. Those tiny seats are best for occasional passengers or a bit of extra luggage. Materials throughout feel top tier. Soft touch, plastics, brushed aluminum accents, and contrast stitching give an upscale vibe. While carbon fiber trim is available for a sportier touch, the infotainment system sits neatly in the center. Sleek touchscreen framed with physical buttons and a volume knob, providing a nice balance between modern tech and old-school usability. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, and there's an optional Bose or Burmeister sound system. There's even a wireless charging pad and a spotlight rear-view camera. Okay, not spotlight, but it is rear-view. And the cabin overall is pleasantly quiet, thanks to the active noise cancellation and enhanced insulation. But when you fire that engine, you'll hear enough to remind you you're piloting one of the fastest production sports cars on the planet. Speaking of engines, let's crack the hood door. Rather, open that rear hatch. Inside lies a 3.7-liter flat-six twinned, turbocharged powerhouse that delivers a staggering 640 horsepower and 590 pounds FT of torque. Paired with Porsche's legendary 8-speed dual-clutch PDK transmission, power gets to all four wheels through an advanced all-wheel drive system. That system features an electronically controlled multi-plate clutch that splits power front to rear depending on the driving situation. It's providing optimal traction and balance. The result is breathtaking acceleration. Porsche claims a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of just 2.4 seconds and a top speed of around 205 miles per hour. I've tested a few 911 turbos before. This 2026 Turbo S feels faster. There's never any hesitation in throttle response. It simply bursts forward from idle, pushing your back into the seat with an instant rush of torque. Flick it between normal Sport Plus and the optional Sport response modes, and you'll be treated to progressively sharper throttle mapping, quicker shifts, and drainage of intervention systems for the track. Let's talk handling, because it's where the 911's magic lives. With Porsche Active Suspension Management PASM and rear axle steering, the Turbo S feels direct, agile, and immensely composed even at high speed. The rear axle steering turns the rear wheels opposite the fronts at low speeds, tightening your turning radius in tight corners. higher speeds, they turn in tandem for stability. Paths continuously adjust dampers, reacting instantly to road conditions or track demands. The front end bites like a beast, and the car's mid-corner balance is phenomenal. It's push hard, and it remains composed with an almost telepathic sense of predictability. Braking is another highlight. Porsche ceramic composite brakes PCCB come. Optional, they're carbon ceramic discs paired with high-performance calipers. These brakes reduce unsprung weight and offer immense stopping power with practically zero fade, even under track conditions. If you expect to visit circuit more than once or twice, they're worth considering comfort-wise. The Turbo S is surprisingly livable. On my test routes, some twisty back roads followed by a long highway blast, the car never felt harsh. Adaptive suspension absorbs bumps with ease. While the ride is firm, it doesn't beat you up. It's comfort and sport, all in one package. Even daily driving is easy. The ride height isn't cripplingly low. Parking sensors are sharp, and visibility is reasonable for a 911 fuel. Economy isn't a selling point. It's a 640 horsepower turbo sports car. Expect about 15 mpg city and 22 mpg highway. Bear that in mind. But when you're scrambling up a twisty road or crushing the quarter mile, you won't care. Now for pricing. In the US, the base 2026 Porsche 911 Turbo S starts around $225,000, but extras add up fast. The carbon ceramic brakes run about $8,600. Carbon fiber bucket seats add roughly $9,400. The Sport Chrono package with the dynamic engine mounts is another $2,300. Leather interior options: Burmeister sound, dynamic lighting, and personalized. Trim packages can easily nudge the final price over $260,000 in markets like Europe. The list price is around €230,000 before options and taxes. In Pakistan, with duties and taxes, it's expected to land well over 100 million Pakistani rupees, ULIN, depending on specs and exchange rates. Owning one here is still rare, and while that adds exclusivity, it does pose higher maintenance costs and importation hurdles. What does all this mean for you as a buyer? If you're seeking the ultimate performance from a street-legal car, with incredible comfort for daily use and a long Porsche heritage, this is one of the absolute best options. It combines everyday usability with track-destroying capability. Factor in its timeless design, excellent resale value, and the bragging rights of owning one of the fastest production cars around. And it becomes hard to beat. However, if you're chasing raw track times and plan to spend most of your time on circuit, you might explore the GT3 RS or 911 GT2 RS models for their wilder, more stripped-down focus. Likewise, if you're on a tighter budget, the Carrera S offers a substantial chunk of performance for considerably less money. In summary, the 2026 Porsche 911 Turbo S is the pinnacle of the turbo line. Spectacular performance,